Okay, so I'm going to go through this activity that I found here at the last minute. Didn't realize it was out there. So I'm going to go through this and work through the chemical physical stuff. So one of these properties is not like the other. So tap on the one that doesn't belong. So I'm going to let you listen to my thought process for a little bit, and then I'm going to do it silently. Okay, so this first one, I see I've got a compound that's a solid and a compound that's moving into a liquid. So this is a physical change. Down here, I've got element, diatomic element becomes a compound. This is a chemical change. Diatomic element gets me compounds. Chemical change. The first one does not belong because it's a physical change, and the other two were chemical. Okay, let's try this next one here. One of these properties is not like the others. Tap on the one that does not belong. Metals such as copper are ductile in conductivity. They are used to make wires. Silver nitrate solution forms a white solid when mixed with blue copper 2 chloride. Okay, look, this, the metals are ductile and they're conductive, is a physical property. This is a physical change. Silver nitrate forming those white solids, that's what we call a precipitate. That's a chemical change. How do I know? You're taking silver nitrate, you mix it with blue, and you get white. It's wrong. This guy does not belong. Okay, next. Let's look at our picture. I've got a solid going to liquid. I've got monatomic element, diatomic elements forming a compound, chemical change, compound going to a diatomic. So the bottom two are chemical change, top one's physical change. He does not belong. This is melting, endothermic, but not a chemical change. Doesn't belong. So far, so good. Okay, let's go to this one. I'm not going to say anything. I'll just read them. You see what you think is going through your head. So I'm going to look at the picture first. Okay. Water has a density of 1.0 grams per milliliters. Because of its high reactivity, many minerals contain chlorine. Okay. I'm choosing the water not belonging. This image is that of a chemical change. So I had a monatomic element and a diatomic. I formed two compounds. If this is a chemical change and reactivity is a clue of a chemical change or chemical property, the physical property of water having a density of 1 doesn't belong. I'm checking it. And we're good. Okay, so we got through the first one. All right, let's go to the master level. So I'm going to talk a little bit less now. So one of these property types is not like the other. Tap on the one that doesn't belong. Sodium is silvery white metal that can easily be cut with a knife. Sodium has a boiling point of 209 degrees Fahrenheit. Sodium has a density of 0.97 grams per milliliters. And sodium is highly reactive with water. So take a second and think to yourself, which of these do you think does not belong? Okay, I'm going here. This is a physical property. This is a physical property. This is a physical property. Reactivity is an example of a chemical property, only one that does not belong. All right, next one. Chlorine is used as a reactant in the production of polyvinyl chloride, PVC. Chlorine is a yellow-green gas with a pungent odor. Chlorine gas can be pressurized and cooled, forming liquid chlorine. And chlorine has a boiling point of negative 29 degrees Fahrenheit. So stop to yourself and think, which one of these is not okay? This is a chemical property of reacting. This is a physical property, physical property, physical property. Okay, I'm going to let you go on your own, see how you do. Okay, which one of these do you think doesn't belong? Phosphorus reacting is a chemical property. Melting point, density, appearance are all physical properties. Remember, there are only 3 chemical properties: flammability, reactivity, and combustion, which is react with oxygen. Oh, look at the very first question here. Which of these is not like the others? Okay. Magnesium reacting with oxygen is combustion. Magnesium reacting with acids is reactivity. When heated, magnesium and carbon dioxide combine, reactivity. The only one that doesn't belong is the physical property of magnesium's density. All right, we got through that one. Let's check out and see if we can do the wizard level. Okay, which one don't you think belongs? Okay, hexane vapors quickly combust. That means react with oxygen. That's combustion. It's reactivity, both. It's flammable. It says it produces a flame, or in the presence of a flame means it catches fire. Every bit of this is chemical. Silver nitrate solution forms a white solid. That's reactivity. It's called a precipitate. That's all that chunky stuff you guys saw in the lab. That's a chemical change. Lithium metal burns, keyword burn, you know it's chemical. Just telling me something has a yellowish green color, physical. Okay, which one do you think it is? All right. A log of wood burn. As soon as you say burn, you know it's chemical. That's a chemical property. Gold is stored in air. It will not react with oxygen. That is still a chemical property about gold, is that it won't react. That's a good chemical property of gold. That's why we use it for jewelry. Calcium carbonate decomposes into lime at high temperatures, decomposes into a new substance. That's definitely a chemical property. The fact that sulfur stinks and is bright and yellow solid at room temp, that's a physical property about the sulfur. All right, we're getting there. 2 left, I think. Okay, what do you think? Marshmallow turning black. It's not supposed to be black. That means you're producing some carbon on it. That is chemical. Stinky, color, physical. Density, physical. Good conductor of heat and electricity, physical. The only thing that was a chemical property here was the fact that it will burn and form a coating on it. Last question. Let's see how we do. Okay, what do you think? All right. Rust is the iron exposed to the oxygen. That is a combustion reaction. It's also reactivity. Wafting, no, you're just using the odor. That's physical. Density is physical property. A student cuts a wire to proper length. That's a physical property. You just change the size of it. This is the only one that's a chemical change. Check it. We should be good. Yes, we made it through all 3 trophies.